anything out.
What, on mosquitoes?
Yeah, they're just like, there's nothing that particularly relies on mosquitoes in the ecosystem. Let's just get rid of them.
There's a bunch of parasites that use them to carry them from one person to another. We were talking about this with parasites that you can get from a fly or mosquito bite, that they're carried in the mouth parts of the fly or mosquito, and then when they bite you, that you get the parasite which matures in you.
And do you think that one person can't make a difference? You know, that one small person can't make a difference while you haven't seen a mosquito in your bedroom when you're trying to sleep.
But there's an Atlantic article about this defense of the mosquito. New Yorker
about mosquitoes.
Okay.
Very interesting.
About eradicating.
About eradicating them.
Wow.
And these different genetic engineering techniques. There was one that involved rendering mosquitoes infertile, and then they released these mosquitoes in a massive way, so that when there was breeding, they felt like mission accomplished, but it wasn't really accomplished. And so
that technique has been used in decades ago to knock down screwworm infestations in the Southwest along the Texas-Mexican border. I don't know how efficacious it was. Well, I don't even know how they got the screwworms, to be infertile, but maybe they were genetically modified. I guess
I saw a genetically engineered screwworm at the Center for PostNatural History in Pittsburgh. It's a museum dedicated to chronicling genetic organisms. Oh wow, it's a pretty cool museum. Their slogan is "That was then, this is now." PostNatural history.
That's a great line.
And they have like these family trees, like a goat that produces spider silk.
That's great.
The tree of life next to the sample, and then like a line going.
Have you heard Stuart Brand or read some of his stuff riffing about this? Because he's the old Whole Earth catalog and used to be on the bus with Kesey and those guys, and he's saying, let's kind of think about this a little bit. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with terraforming? And he also is a part of the Longview Foundation. So it takes kind of a contrarian view that this stuff is to be avoided at all costs.
I love Freeman Dyson's article on global warming. Have you read that?
I don't think I have.
Freeman Dyson's an old mathematician. He's one of the last like truly positive physicists, right? Like really believes that like big physics and big energy can solve human problems like in a massive way.
And there's a huge controversy.
It's kind of a generational thing.
Yeah.
He's like 100 now. Right?
Yeah, right.
But so his thing was that he was like, well, in all practicality, you're not going to stop anybody from burning fossil fuels. So you have to come up with an anti-CO2 strategy that will work, because that won't.
Yep.
And he talks about how the amount of carbon in topsoil, and how 40% of all CO2 released since the Industrial Revolution has been topsoil loss, not burning of fossil fuels, and how we actually know how to reverse that through different farming techniques. But really, the best you're ever going to do is try to grow soil. He's like, and besides, like you can actually get people behind that, because if global warming and climate change create a more precarious ecosystem, the best way to make a less precarious ecosystem is to have more stable and resilient soils.
Yes.
So that they retain waters, prevent drought, they mitigate drought. Huge plant community, so you can plant diversity mitigates crop losses. So his basic point was just like, why are all these people wasting all this time trying to create like global legislation on CO2 release instead of actually attempting to just let people burn the fossil fuels and try to sequester the carbon?
There's an article in the New York Times recently where the headline, I haven't gotten a chance to read it, it came out over the weekend, but the headline was forget sustainability, it's about resilience.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, don't try to take a snapshot in time and maintain this level, because it's just not going to happen. You have to figure out how you're going to deal with it.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
Someone else pick. This person can pick a corner return.